Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. If you're new here or you have not already, please consider subscribing to the channel and helping us feed a hungry hippo. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up while you're watching. Today is December 12th. It's a Tuesday, which means it's time for What Sold on eBay. We're going to be taking a look at last week, so December 4th through December 10th. And just like every week, we're going to start with the plush. And I have pulled every single plush sale from last week to share with you because they're my favorite. And they're selling like hotcakes right now. And then I have some highlights of our other sales. I did not pull all of those. We have a lot of our bread and butter jeans that sell every week and our lower end remotes and things like that that just aren't interesting. So I try to pull highlights, things I want to talk about with you, whether it's because I like the brand, if it's a bolo, if it's an exciting sale. And yes, sometimes I make mistakes and I sell poop, and I like to show you that too to help you avoid that. We're going to start with this Build-A-Bear pink unicorn. This particular buyer bought 3 items from us, so I was able to ship all 3 in one box. It was a really good sale. We sold the Build-A-Bear pink unicorn, shooting stars. This unicorn is so cute. Look at her. Look at her. She has stars all over her. She's adorable. So the unicorn, the Jesus loves me a ton, pink hippo. This hippo has the cutest face. And then she also purchased this tank top, fancy little rhinestones. This had come to us in a wholesale lot, so I went ahead and listed it. This isn't anything I would particularly look for. This is a brand I would pass on at the thrift, but because it was new with tags and came in a wholesale lot, I went ahead and listed it. You can see it was up for like $4. I did put holiday party in here because it is fancy with the rhinestones. So she did the unicorn, the hippo, and the tank top. Her total was $23.34 before shipping. All in, the buyer paid $35.81. And I was able to use one of those free boxes from the post office, the 12 by 12 by 9. And I just individually put each animal in its own little wrapping of tissue paper and the shirt in a 9 by 12 clear poly bag and put that in there too. So it looked real nice, all packaged up and went out in the box together. Next up, we have an Ann Geddes teddy bear baby doll. This one had a plastic face, but some of these will have ceramic faces. I like any of them. I think any of the Ann Geddes, and there's other brands of the little baby dolls in the animal costumes, do really well. I personally like selling them and look for them. I think they're a good buy. This one sold for $9.62 plus $5.50 shipping. A teddy bear from the Bear Factory. This one's a red frosted, real pretty. It has like a velvet heart on its chest, green eyes. It's a very nice looking teddy bear. I do like the Bear Factory. I think it's a pretty solid bread and butter brand. It's kind of like Build-A-Bear, but not as popular or as expensive. The bear sold for $11.37 plus $7 shipping. Next, we have a vintage gunned snuff bear. That's his name. He's Snuff. Isn't he cute? He's from 1980. And he's real small. He's 6 inches. There's his little tag. My name is Snuff. How cute is he? His name is Snuff. He sold for $13.12 plus $5 shipping. Next, we have a small plush keychain. This is Oogie Boogie. I had a couple of these and some Hallmark itty bitties in my last wholesale lot, so I just went ahead and listed everything. I almost kept Oogie Boogie for myself, but I decided to list him. He sold for $4.37 plus $5 shipping. Then we have a vintage Wells Blue Bunny ice cream mascot. So I'm sure everyone has heard of Blue Bunny ice cream. This is the mascot, and this is vintage. It did sell for $34.16 plus $6 shipping. And he wasn't very big either, you can see. But because he was vintage, he was worth some money. So, you know, when you guys see those mascots out there for food items or restaurants, especially if they're vintage, I would always comp them and see if they're worth picking up. Here's another itty bitty. This came in the same lot as Oogie Boogie. This is a Hallmark itty bitty, the Grinch. This one sold for $8.74 plus 5 shipping. Here's a Santa Claus. I think this is Walgreens. Yes. Just a Walgreens little Santa Claus. Sold for $10 plus 6 shipping. Here's a Build-A-Bear dog. Now, this is funny because I had done a video last week about our sales, and I was talking about how well I do with Easter plush in general, but I sell a lot of Build-A-Bear bunnies. And someone had left a comment that they couldn't sell a Build-A-Bear bunny to save their life. And I said, I had no problem with the bunnies. I can't sell a dog. Like, I can't give the dogs away, and I have a lot of Build-A-Bear dogs. Well, right after I left that comment in response, this dog sold. I did take a best offer of $10, and then it had 6 shipping on it. I just thought that was kind of ironic. Talk about your items, guys. Complain about what you can't sell. I can never sell Build-A-Bear dogs. Cha-ching. Next, we have a vintage 90s dandy snowflake teddy bear. I've been talking a lot about these snowflake teddies in recent videos because they've been selling really well. And I always tell you guys, don't avoid things with years on them. Folks have monumental events happen to them every year, and they're always looking to relive that or memorialize it somehow. So I never pass on things with years. These snowflake teddies do really well. I've had so many come in and out of our store throughout the years. I love them. They're not like $500 teddy bears, of course, but they're relatively easy to find. They're not like a once-in-a-lifetime find. They sell pretty quickly, especially this time of year. Sometimes they're going to sit for a little bit if you list them outside of Q4, but they still sell all year round. This one sold for $13 on a best offer with $13 shipping. Here's a Build-A-Bear clothing outfit. This is from the Build-A-Bear lot. If you didn't see that, I'll have it pop up at the end for you. But I did recently purchase a huge box, a wholesale lot of Build-A-Bear clothes, shoes, accessories, all kinds of stuff. And I just went through and built little outfits. And what I had left, I made little lots. So I had these 2 skirts left with no shirts to go with them. But I did have these cute shoes to go with it. So I just created a lot of 2 skirts with high heels, listed it for $15 plus $5.50 shipping, and got my asking price. I'm not kidding when I tell you that Build-A-Bear is a luxury brand. It's not poop. Don't list your little skirts for $2 a piece. Don't be afraid to ask for basically $5 a piece for clothing plus your shipping. And people will pay this. I've sold plain Build-A-Bear shirts, like t-shirts that are plain, for $12. So this sold for $15 plus $5.50 shipping. Oh, and I also want to mention real quick, the clothing does do really well. So if you have a Build-A-Bear that has clothes on it that you found while you were out thrifting, strip it down and sell them separate, with the exception being if it's clearly like a themed bear. If you have Iron Man in his Iron Man suit, you want to sell him together. If you have a Disney princess in her Disney princess dress, clearly that's a set. But if you have a bear in a skirt like this with a t-shirt, strip it down and sell them separate. You'll make more money that way. You can sell a plain bear for $18 and that's all in. So, 10 plus 8 shipping or however you want to do it. But you can sell the plain animals for $16 to $18, and then you can sell the clothing for $15 plus shipping. Next up, we have a Dandy puppy dog. So this is Dandy, which is a good brand. And it's a solid bread and butter brand, but some of the Dandy plush are going to go for a lot more money depending on the theme, the animal itself, and its size. But this is a jumbo plush, and jumbo plush of any brand do really well because they're huge, they're ginormous, and you can charge big money for them because they're so big. This guy is 24 inches. He's got sad, cute eyes. You see his eyes? So cute. So I got $19.39 for him, plus $13 shipping. These big plush like this, I also ship in those 12 by 12 by 9 boxes. You can get them for free at USPS.com. And you can put big plush in there because plushies are soft. They squish down. Or if you have multiple items ordered from one buyer, you can put them in there. Most of the time when you put them in that box, you can get a label for around $7 unless you're going like all the way across the country. It is going to be closer to $13 if I ship to California. But Texas and over this way is usually like 10 and under. So keep that in mind. The boxes are free. Flowers, ink, balloons, puppy dog. Isn't he cute? He's more of a Valentine's Day plush, but hey, guess what? I'll take any sales around Christmas I can get. This one sold for $6 plus 6 shipping. We have a baby gunned duck in a little sailor outfit. So cute. Baby Gund is a good brand. A lot of the plushie brands have a line just for babies, so keep your eyes out for that. They'll usually say baby on the tag. They'll be softer, and they'll have soft eyes. You see how his eyes are cloth, and they're not hard glass or whatever plastic, whatever they make other animals' eyes out of. Their eyes will be soft because they're meant for babies, so there's no choking hazards or parts that can fall off. And you can use, if you had room, you could use the keyword lovey on these. We didn't have room in the title, but if you have a toy specifically meant for the crib or a baby, you can use the keyword lovey, even though it's not technically a lovey, it is a lovey. The duck sold for $11.24 plus $5.50 shipping. Here's another baby plush. So that was Baby Gund. This is Baby Gap. And again, you can see on the tag, it says Baby Gap. And the rabbit has the soft eyes. And if you have room in your title too, you can always put soft eyes because parents do search for that. Soft eyes, or grandparents, or whoever's buying a plush for babies, I should say, do sometimes put that in their search query. This one sold for $12.99 plus $5.49 shipping. And this one had a really cute note. When I went to print the label, there was a note from the buyer. Their son had lost this out of a wagon on vacation, and this was the replacement. And I talk about that on this channel too. A lot of what we sell as plush sellers is lost memories, replacement pieces, and parts. So if you ever have a part of an animal, like one Build-A-Bear shoe, or if Disney makes these plushies that come wrapped in blankets, if you have just the blanket or just the plushie, list it. Children lose things all the time. They lose entire whole plushes like this one that was replaced. But kids lose part of the outfit, part of the animal, part of the toy. So don't be afraid to list those replacement pieces. So those were all the plush that sold this week. Now we're going to get into some highlights I want to talk about with you. These are the 505 Levi's. 505s are probably one of my favorite lines of the numbered Levi's. These are women's, and they sold for $17.99 on a best offer plus 10 shipping. The men's I start a little bit higher, but these are like a size 10, which is a medium average size. It's usually harder to move. They're black, they're straight leg, so they're not like a popular style, and they still sold for $28 all in and didn't take that long. So I do love the Levi's 505s. American Eagle, of course, we sold a couple pairs of American Eagle and Gaps last week. This particular pair sold for $20 all in. I start my women's American Eagles at 10. And then if they weigh over a pound, I do 10 plus 10 shipping. So $9.99 plus $9.99 shipping. And that covers me when I have to ship it in a cardboard flat rate mailer. eBay does take your final value fees out of the total price. So you're paying fees on the shipping. So if you're paying $7.60 for an envelope, you can't just charge the buyer $7.60 because you're paying fees. So you want to leave yourself a little bit of room. So I do the $9.99. That way I can have fees taken out and still have enough to pay for my label. If they weigh under a pound, I do the $6.99 standard shipping flat rate charge and then $13 for the jeans. So my American Eagles come out to $20 no matter what. It used to be $20 free ship. Now it's 10 and 10 or 13 and 7. I just wanted to point that out because it's the same thing. I don't think a lot of folks understand that. Back when I did free shipping, I always got questions like, how can you do free shipping? How can you afford it? Because free isn't free. It's built into the price regardless, and you can break it up however you want. Just make sure that you're charging enough for shipping so you can pay the fees and everything. Next up, we have Driftwood Colette jeans. This is the second pair of Driftwoods I've ever had in my whole life. And both times I got Driftwoods, they came out of a ThredUp box. I've never found them in the wild. I've never found them thrifting. And I have been thrifting in several different states all across this great country. I've only ever had 2 pairs, and they both came in ThredUps, and they both had these embroidered hems. And they're really cute. They're nice jeans. I would say they're a bolo. Look out for these guys. I got $45 all in with shipping and everything. And they did say Colette here, so I did put that in the title. And these Disney Cruise Line Captain Mickey Mouse tree ornaments. Longtime viewers may remember seeing these last year and the year before and the year before that. So a couple of years ago at a yard sale, somebody had 2 boxes of these. And there were 20 in each box. And I think they gave me each box for like $2. I can't remember. It's been so long. But I know it was not a lot of money. And it may have been $2 for both boxes. And there were 20 spaces in each box. And the one box had like 2 missing. And they sit, usually I'll sell 1 over the summer, maybe 2 all year. And then at Christmas time, they start picking up. Obviously, they're Christmas tree ornaments. And they're super cute. Anyone that's ever been on a Disney cruise probably buys these. If they're buying ornaments based on what they've done this year, they may be looking for these. And by that, I mean, like Keith and I get a new ornament every year. And we each pick one out. And we pick one out that signifies something special we did that year. So like last year, you guys know that before we left Florida to move back to Pennsylvania, we had gone to Disney, Star Wars, and Universal to see the Harry Potter world. And so when we set up our tree last year, I picked out a Harry Potter ornament and he picked out a Mandalorian ornament. And that signified our big events that year because we had gone to those theme parks. So I think that some other people do that too. And I know we're not unique in that. So I think people who go on a Disney cruise might be looking for Disney cruise ornaments to put on their tree to signify their big event this year. I sold 2 of these last week on eBay and 1 on, I can't remember if it was Mercari or Poshmark, but 1 on one of the other platforms. We have about 10 left, maybe 9 left out of the original almost 40 that we had. But you can see here that I only put 3 available. I don't want to put how many I have because I want to create a sense of urgency. So when I had like 38 of these, I didn't put that there were 38. I always put that there's 3 available. And when all 3 sell, I'll update it. And I keep track of the actual amount I have in my List Perfectly catalog on the listing there in the notes or the SKU line, probably both, how many we actually have. That was a long story about this Disney Mickey Mouse. But I did want to talk about it a little bit and show you guys these for sure. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about anything you saw in this video or reselling in general, let me know down below. I do answer everybody, but I do get behind on the comments. I'm behind right now. Like, I have a lot to answer. So if you want a really fast response or you want to get me quicker, join our Facebook group, Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. If you post there and tag me, I usually get back to you within a day. I'm a lot more faster. I am more quick to respond to notifications on my phone. I usually sit down and answer my YouTube comments. I should say I try to do it every day, but right now with Q4 going on, it's like once a week. So if you want a quick answer, join the group. And you can also ask a question in there of the group in general. Everyone in there is very nice, and we'll answer your questions if you have any. Go be productive, guys. Go make some money. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Y'all are the best. Bye.